What's up, my dudes? I had a pretty good weekend. Saturday was okay. Mainly because Conor McGregor lost. But then it turned to weird after Khabib jumped the fence. Okay, I'm gonna go on a tangent. What the fuck was that? Like, that UFC fight card, it was okay. But the ending was just stupid. Like, I've heard people say at the ending of the Conor McGregor, Khabib, whatever the fuck you say his last name, the Khabib Conor fight was like one of the best things that happened to anime. And oh my fucking god, I'm tired. MMA. Did I say anime? I think I said anime. I wish it was anime. I really do. Because then it'd make more fucking sense of what the fuck just happened. I was gonna make a video yesterday, but I'm still trying to process what the fuck happened. Literally, okay. I'm gonna sum up the fight for those of you who didn't watch it or don't really care. But I'm gonna rant, and it's gonna be pretty long. Maybe not. I don't know. So Khabib is a ground fighter. For any of those of you who actually watch MMA, try to keep up with it. Like I try to keep up with it, but there's just so many new names. So many new fighters, it's really hard to keep up. But Khabib, he's great. I wouldn't say he's amazing, but he's just good. He's pretty good. But his main strategy is the ground game. He loves to pin his opponent against the cage and trip him up, take him down, and then wear him out. That is Khabib's basically only card. That's the only card he plays. That's the only one I've ever seen him play. I've rarely seen him stand up and throw blows at the other person. I almost never see that with him. I think he connected with like 2 punches during the entire fight and went into 4 rounds. Khabib connects with 2 punches. Granted, Conor couldn't do much either because he always had his back to the cage or his back on the mat. Now, I say that, and it kind of sounds like it was a one-sided fight, but Conor held his own. Conor held his own for a good 2.5 rounds, and then Khabib finally started to wear him down. But the ending was just fucked up. Okay, so the 4th round, both these guys are dead tired, you can tell, because Khabib's takedowns have no juice in them at all. And Conor's defense is just does not lackadaisical, but you can tell he's trying, but he just can't, because Khabib has worn him down. I even saw it coming too, because Khabib had managed to kind of wriggle Conor away from the fence, because Conor was using the fence to kind of like using his legs to press his back up against the fence, so Khabib couldn't really grab him. But Khabib was able to kind of like wrestle him off of the fence and kind of like roll it almost into the middle of the ring. But then Conor realized he needed to get back onto the fence, because that was basically his strategy to out wrestle him, was to make Khabib use energy getting Conor off of the fence. And once Conor realized that he was too far away from the fence to simply back up into it, he tried, I don't know what he was doing, but he turned his back to Khabib, which you should never ever do when you're wrestling somebody. You should never turn your back to them. And then once I saw Khabib have Conor's back, I was like, it's over. And Khabib was able to kind of roll him over on his side and get him basically in a rear naked choke. I don't know what they called it in the actual fight, but it was basically a rear naked choke where he was just kind of like pressing on his mouth and chin, causing immense pressure in his head. Because you see, as soon as Khabib started squeezing, Conor's face immediately turned bright red. And I was like, oh, fuck. So Conor taps. Khabib wins. Literally, all Khabib has to do at this point, after he makes Conor tap, all he has to do is wait to get his belt. That is all he has to do. Celebrate with your corner. Fucking do a backflip. I don't care. But what he does is the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do. And I've never seen this out of any other major fighting championship other than the WWE. Okay, so Khabib gets up. He's pumped. So he takes his mouthpiece out, throws it at Conor's corner. Obviously this upsets Conor's corner. I think they said something to Khabib, and Khabib just goes, "Oh yeah," and Khabib jumps over the octagon's fence, over the fence, and literally stomps down on Conor's corner and starts throwing punches in the crowd. He's inside of the crowd throwing punches and kicks. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You literally just have to stand there and wait to get your belt, and you can retire fucking undefeated. But you fucked up, bud. As soon as you jump over that fence and start throwing punches, you fucked up. Not only that, Conor just kind of chilling in the corner of the fence. You know, he's probably pissed the fuck off. Probably already thinking about a rematch. I know he is. But then he gets up. He sees Khabib jump over the fence. And Conor realizes Khabib fucked up. It's like, why'd he jump over the fence? It's like, the fight's over. So Conor's really just standing there. He's standing on one of the corners of the octagon. And there's a security guard next to him making sure that, you know, no bullshit gets through. And then someone from Khabib's corner jumps over the fence and tries to attack Conor. Well, then the security guard pushes this person away. And then another person from Khabib's corner jumps over the fence on the other side of the octagon, socks Conor with a fucking punch from the back. And then he just starts throwing blows at Conor. It was an absolute fucking brawl. All started because Khabib didn't just stay in the octagon and just get the belt and retire as a champion. Because one of the announcers was saying, is like, yeah, this is probably Khabib's last fight. He's literally going to ride out in the sunset as an MMA champion. Undefeated. And they were trying to think of, like, there's only like 2 people they can name that actually were finished undefeated as a champion. There's only like maybe 1 or 2 people in all of MMA history who finished undefeated as a champion. But Khabib fucked up. And I know if Dana White was in charge, he would have massive penalties for Khabib and his members of his training staff. But it's up to the Nevada State Commission, which means Khabib is fucked, because Nevada doesn't play around. You think of all the big fights that happen in Nevada? Khabib, you fucked up, bro. You done fucked yourself. I've literally never seen it. Even Dana White's just like, yeah, I've never seen this before. He's like, in all my years of, I think he said it, like, all my years of loving the sport, is like, I've never seen someone fight in the crowd. And I was just like, wow, like, you fucked up. I'm not saying Conor's not at fault. Conor talks a lot of trash. He talks a fuck ton of trash. That's all part of his game. That's all part of his mindset. When he gets into the fight, he constantly tells himself that he's the best. He's going to destroy you. And he wants to get in your head. That's what Conor wants to do. And he had Khabib around his finger. Conor could say anything and it'd tip him off. But as soon as I saw Khabib jump over that fence and start throwing punches, I immediately went to the conclusion that he might not be able to keep his belt. And even at the end of the fight, at the end of the fucking brawl, both fighters had to be escorted out of the arena with their teams. Both fighters, like, surrounded by guards. It was fucking insane. So that's a recap of what happened. Now, what I think should happen, the Nevada State Commission needs to take a very close look at this. I mean, maybe throw out a fine to Conor's corner for instigating the event. But Khabib is the one who jumped over the fence. Khabib had won the fight. He literally just had to wait to get his belt. That's all he had to do. But as soon as he jumps over that fence, there has to be some massive rule that breaks. There has to be. Like, as soon as he jumps over that fence, he shouldn't be allowed to take that title home. And as soon as he started throwing punches in the crowd, fighting in his opponent's corner, I don't think he should receive that belt again. There's no way. There's no fucking way Khabib should be able to call himself a champion now. I'm thinking if it was me, if I was Dana White and I actually could make a decision in this matter, I'd probably throw out a fine to I think it was Conor's jiu-jitsu coach. I can't even say that 3 times fast. It was Conor's jiu-jitsu coach who said something and pissed off Khabib enough to jump over the fence. I would probably fine him probably 6 figures. No, not 6. Fuck that. 5. I don't know why I said 6. I would think at 5, and I said 6. Probably about 10. Probably about 10,000. Because you instigated him into doing it. Maybe fine Conor a little bit just for talking. No, you can't even fine Conor because all he did was talk. When the fight was over, Conor didn't do anything. So you can't really fine Conor for instigating the event. But Khabib, he should not be allowed to call himself a champion anymore. I think they strip him of his belt. If it was me, I'd strip him of his belt and I would suspend him for 2 years. Like, this is the first time I've ever seen something like that happen. And there's some strong opinions about Stephen A. Smith online, but he said it right. And it was when the Malice in the Palace, when Ron Artest, now Meta World Peace, charged in. Well, he didn't really charge. He climbed into the stands and fought the fans, him and Steven Jackson and Jermaine O'Neal. But it was Ron Artest. He was the main guy. He was the main one throwing the punches. I think it was David Stern was the commissioner at the time. David Stern fined him like $50,000, I think, and then suspended him for the rest of the season, which was like 73 games. He just suspended him. And I remember the Pacers were really good that year. We had a chance to win the Eastern Conference, and that really fucked us. And I think boxing, or not fucking hell, Jesus, I'm so lost because I was so confused when it happened. I was like, why are you doing that? But the Nevada State Commission needs to take the same approach. Like, listen, you fought people in the crowd that you had already won. You fucked up, bro. And I would suspend him 2 years, at least 2 years, and I'd strip him of his belt. I would still give him the win. He got the win. He got it. He earned that victory. But he does not earn that title. Nor does he deserve to come back to the lightweight division. I'd give him 2 years. Khabib was thinking about retirement. I think the best thing Khabib could do right now is just to retire. He needs to just announce his retirement, because the only thing that can happen to him are really bad things. Get his title stripped, suspended for a significant amount of time. And that's a shame, because I want to see Conor and Khabib go at it again. One more time. I want to see them go at it again. But if it doesn't happen, I'd be cool with it. Because Khabib doesn't... He needs to be suspended and needs to have his title stripped. And then I think the next Conor McGregor fight should be against, what was his name? Tyler Johnson. One of the Ultimate Fighting champion... What's that show called? I don't remember. But there should be another... There needs to be another champion in the lightweight class. And And it's bullshit that they stripped Conor from having the 2 belts because he went and fought Mayweather. It was stupid. But, yeah, Khabib, he should be done. He needs to be done. You can't just jump over the fucking fence and fight the other guy's corner. And especially, I wouldn't be so harsh if his own corner also charged into the octagon and started fighting Conor. Which is why I think his whole team needs to be suspended for like 2 years from coming back into UFC. It's a disgrace. He's a disgrace of a champion, which is kind of sad because I kind of liked him, just because he was just brutal. Like he had his fighting style, and he didn't give a fuck what you were gonna do, and Khabib was just gonna do what Khabib wanted to do, and that's why I liked him. I mean, he's the most boring fighter in all of UFC because all he does is like basically lay on top of you. That's a little bit of bias showing, but really, it's he should not keep that title. Completely ruining what UFC stands for. UFC doesn't fight the crowd. UFC fighters don't fight the crowd. That's so stupid. And it all could have been avoided if Khabib just would have stood there. I don't care if he throws his mouthpiece. He throws his mouthpiece. Who cares? You throw your mouthpiece, hell, fucking get up on the fence right on top of Conor's corner. But do not jump into the crowd and start fighting them. That's a massive mistake. And I think it's going to cost Khabib his career. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you want me to do more sports shit, let me know, because I watch a lot of sports. The Yankees play tonight, so I might make a video on the Yankees tomorrow if we win. If we lose, I'm just gonna cry in a puddle of puke. Anyway, probably be streaming some Assassin's Creed tonight, maybe. I don't know. Everyone's playing Assassin's Creed. I just love it. I don't want to oversaturate the internet because I already do that enough. Anyway, I'm gonna go because I need to get Sir Jamin to do legs again today because I still can't do upper body. Fuck. Go Conor McGregor. You my boy, Conor. Get him next time. Hell yeah.